This video, kids always say, well, what should my presentation be? So what I'm going to do is go through, you're going to do 3 rides, your group is going to do 3 rides. I'm going to do a presentation here, not really, but let's pretend, let's talk through it, right, of what we might do, right? So I think you could probably have, the key thing is, probably 3 or 4 slides per ride, right? You've got about 9 minutes to do this, so about 3 minutes per 3 minutes per ride, right? Get everybody to talk. I would put your notes on little note cards, right? Certainly do not write everything you want on your PowerPoint. Please do not read your PowerPoint to us. I'm just going to go through this thing. Let's suppose we're doing like the Rocco plane, right? The first thing is, we'd have this slide, and I'd have the name of it, Rocco plane, and have a picture of it. And we might talk about when it was first invented and the variations or something like that. Don't spend too much time, but just something interesting, right, about the ride. Then the next thing I would do is I'd say, okay, well, I use this formula. Centripetal acceleration is 4 pi squared r over t squared, and I got something right like this. And then we would predict at the bottom that it would be 9.8 plus the acceleration. At the top, it would be 9.8 minus the acceleration, right? And then we wrote it with our accelerometer, and we read at the top, and then this comes in dramatically. We read this, and that seems to agree. And here we read this with our accelerometer, and that seems to agree with this, right? Remember that what you read on your accelerometer, if it says 1.3 G's, if that's what you read on your little handheld accelerometer, just go 1.3 times 9.8 to get your meters per second squared, right? So you'd have one slide like this, and there it is, right? And then you'd have video analysis, and the simplest thing to do is to honest to God, just take that screen and do a print screen, and your graph is on there, and you've got the I suppose for video analysis for this, there's not a lot you can do. I suppose you could do the period, right? We use video analysis to figure out the period of this thing, right? So there's not a ton there, but if you're doing, say, like the frog hopper, right, you could show your little velocity graph, right? This is velocity versus time, and you did a linear fit or something on there, right? Okay, and then you bust out one of those graphs of the data, the .cmbl file, right? Okay, and you say, okay, look, for the Rocco plane, the vertical g-force goes like that, and it does exactly what we think it should do, because here's 9.8 plus that, it goes more than 10, or more than 9.8, and it goes less than 9.8, right? And talk about the data. The more you compare calculations to your actual measurements with your actual measurements, right, to the theory of what it should be, right? So the idea being that in a vertical circle at the bottom it's more, at the top a bit less, right? To the labquest data, the more will be all happy and give you an A++, right? Okay. Anyway, don't stress about it.